Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are preparing a very simple but delicious Sunday dinner. We are making a nice grass-fed rack of lamb with some garlic mashed potatoes along with some oven roasted asparagus. Absolutely delicious dinner, very simple, very easy to make. I hope you enjoy it. I will be back with the ingredients. See you soon. Hi guys. Okay, so here we have our lamb, very fresh grass-fed meat here, very easy to season. All we need is some fresh salt, some black pepper, some herbe de Provence, along with some fresh rosemary. We're gonna go ahead and season this lamb. All right, you guys, so now we have our fresh rosemary that we are going to fine chop. Chopping it as fine as possible, and that's enough. Okay, so now we're going to add some salt, some pink salt that we have here. I'm using one hand. Actually, I'm going to just use one hand to hold the meat because we want this salt all over it. Again, we're using it sparingly. We don't want anything salty here. And remember, salt is the only thing with sodium that we are adding to the meat. We don't want it tasteless, but we don't want it salty either. Okay. Okay, now we are going to add our herbe de Provence, and basically we want to pack it in, so we want to press the seasoning in there. This meat is very fatty, so we're not adding any oil to it. Usually when I season meat, I add some oil, but lamb is super fatty, so all that oil it's already in the meat, so it's not necessary. Okay, pack it in, pack that in, just press it in there. We need all of this flavor in there, you guys. Okay. Okay, just pack it in. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is add our rosemary. The fragrance is incredible. You cannot have lamb without rosemary, at least I can't. It's very, very important. Flavors it really nicely. Okay, and you guys, that's it. This is all we need. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to peel my, oh, we forgot our black pepper. Give me a second here. I was going to forget my black pepper, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna add some black pepper to that. Turn that over. Wipe my hand. Add some black pepper to this. Good here. Okay, we don't want too much of it either, but if you have a sensitive stomach, you don't want to cook with too much black pepper. I don't usually cook with a lot of black pepper. I think we're good here. Okay. So we're gonna let this sit here, and when I come back, I'll have my potatoes peeled and we're going to put those to boil. Hi guys, we are back. Okay, so I have my yellow organic potatoes already diced. For our mashed potatoes, we are going to use some vegan butter. I do not use regular butter at my house, so I've been using this forever, for years. Tastes just like regular butter, you can tell, and it's a lot healthier. So I have my vegan butter. We are using some organic evaporated milk. Again, sodium super low. I'm using some Parmesan cheese, organic of course. I'm going to use a little bit of organic cream cheese, and I am using this grass-fed Greek yogurt, organic grass-fed Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. And I roasted 2 heads of garlic here. All I did was I cut it and added some, I cut the top of course, and I added some olive oil to it, and I roasted it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and that is it. So now we're about to put our potatoes to boil. We will be right back. Okay, you guys, so now we are getting our asparagus ready. We're just cutting the bottom part, and that is this. This is garbage, and those have been washed already. So we're just going to season them with some salt, pepper. That's pretty much all I need for my asparagus. All right, you guys, so in terms of the asparagus, we're just adding a little bit of salt. We're adding some pepper, and we drizzle some olive oil. And what I do is I just roll everything all over the pan. Make sure that it's covered with the oil. And that is it. Again, this will go in the oven, 400 degrees, only 10 minutes, and that's it. Hi guys. Okay, so my potatoes are pretty much already cooked, so I'm gonna let them sit in there for a minute. I have here a cast iron skillet. It is pretty hot. Those get hot very quickly, so you have to know how to use them. You don't want to burn your food. So I did not add any oil at all. As we mentioned before, the lamb is pretty fatty, and all of this in the back here is the fat, so we're gonna let it cook in its own fat. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit in there. Just adding them one by one. We want that fat to melt. I'm just going to cook them 3 at a time. Okay, so we're going to let that sit on the heat and do its thing. I think I'm actually going to cook only the 3. It's my husband and I think the other 3 will be another meal. So this is it. So every now and then we want to take a look at it, see how the fat started melting. That's exactly what we want. Let that sit in there. Let that fat melt. And I have it on number 4. I don't know if you can see this here, but I'm going to put it on number between medium and 6, between 5 and 6. Oh, the smell of this rosemary is really lovely. take a look. Ooh, starting to get some nice color here. This one is not ready yet. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is turn it over to the side. Okay, let's see how this one is looking. This one is nice. We're gonna go ahead and turn it to its side. And I must say, usually when I buy lamb, I cut them in individual pieces. So this one is a little thicker because you have 2 or 3. This is easily 3 pieces here, but this is a first for me, so we'll see how that turns out. I am going to lower the temperature back to basically 4. Again, those cast iron skillets get very hot very quickly, okay? So you want to be careful with that. Okay, it is smelling amazing. Let that do its thing. At this point, what I'm going to do is turn it to the other side. Turn it to this side. I'm going to turn it to this side now. This meat is still raw. You can see the blood here at the end of the bone. Just gonna let it cook. Lamb does not take a long time to cook at all. Usually when I have them thinner, literally, I mean, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. But again, because I have like, this piece is like 3 slices in one, and so it's gonna take a little longer. I need the heat to get underneath it, so I'm just going to let it sit like this now. Let it get some heat on this side. And so guys, we're just letting that sear, and what I'm doing is I want to turn this over and over and over until I feel the meat is cooked enough. Obviously, you can see that it's still raw here. We're not ready yet. We're gonna let that cook. Okay, turning it over. It's starting to look real good. What I'm going to do to help the cooking process is cover it up for a little bit. Okay, let the heat sit in there. Let that sit. Let that cook. I am so excited. Oh, I did put my asparagus in there, so 10 minutes is going to be ready. I am going to drain my potatoes in the meantime, and we're going to start preparing the mashed potatoes. Our meat is coming along quite nicely, you guys. Yes, this is what we want to see. See, once this is changing color here, we want to get rid of the red. We don't want the meat to be well done. I don't do red meat well done, but I don't like it raw neither. So I would like that fat to melt a little more. So we're gonna put it back in there and cover it up. That's what we want. Gonna put it in there a little more. See, I'm not into fat on meat. I want it well done, at least the fat part of it. As we want as much of it melted as possible. But you know what? We're gonna let it get some heat underneath. You saw how we never added a drop of oil, and you see the oil in the skillet. Not a single drop. All from the lamb. You never need to add any oil. You guys, the meat is looking very nice. I'm going to turn it around one more time. And you guys, our meat is done. Okay? We are good. We're going to turn off that fire. We're going to let it sit. I'm satisfied with that. We'll be back and we'll do the mashed potatoes. Okay, you guys. So I have my mashed potatoes. I don't have too much in there. This is food for 2 people only. So I'm just mashing them away. What I'm going to do now is add some of that milk. Let me get a spoon. I am making a mess. Mashed potatoes is the easiest thing to do. So I wanted to show you guys. So this is the roasted garlic, right? And we're pretty big on garlic here. As you can see, I added 2 heads. I wanted to keep one of them to show you the process. So what happens is, once this is roasted, all you do is squeeze it, and it's like butter. You guys, look at this. Oh, you cannot see it. Let's see here. Okay, so it becomes like butter. Just all of that. Yummy. This is all roasted garlic, guys. Right, so I just add it all in there. All right, so now fire is too hot. I want to make sure that you guys see this. Okay, so now I'm going to add my butter. Not too much. My vegan butter, tablespoon. That's going to add some flavor in terms of sodium. So I'm not adding any salt to this because I'm adding some cheese, so that will have sodium. So really, this is good as is with the garlic, a little bit of milk, that butter. I don't even know that I want to add. I am actually not going to put the Parmesan cheese, but what I will do is add some of the cream cheese, a little bit of that, and I am also going to add my Greek yogurt. That gives it a nice kick instead of and I'm putting a teaspoon, not a teaspoon, a tablespoon, sorry, in there. Okay, so we just have to mix it all in. My mashed potatoes don't have to be completely mashed. I like texture, I like good consistency. So I am good. So I'm just going to taste it, see how that is. It's actually missing some salt. So with that, I will add a little bit of shredded cheese. Doesn't have, just added a little bit of cheese, let that melt, and it's going to come together quite nicely. Let that cheese melt. Yummy. Absolutely delicious. Can taste that garlic in there. I taste the Greek yogurt. I taste the cheese. Perfect. I wouldn't mind a little bit more of that vegan butter for even more taste, more flavor. Adds a little more sodium. Okay, and we are good. Okay, you guys, oh my God. Okay, you guys, here it is, nice and creamy, just the way I like it. My asparagus looks amazing, not too soft, not too hard, just perfect. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and plate that up. I will be back. Hi guys, our dish is ready. Here we have some nicely roasted asparagus with the pan-seared rack of lamb with our delicious garlic mashed potatoes. Now, I am going to have my lamb with this mint jelly. I'm not sure if you can see this. I found it at Whole Foods. Doesn't look like you can see it. Take the slide away for a second. There we go. Okay, so it was the only one that I found that did not have any preservatives. As you can see, as I'm sure you've seen, when you're having mint jelly with your lamb, the jelly is usually very green. This one is not. You can tell that it's natural. There's no coloring or anything like that. So I'm going to have it with it. I hope you enjoyed it, and you should definitely try it. Chances are you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for tuning in one more time. Thank you for your support. I will see you guys next time. I wanted to show you how nicely done that is. Divine. You have to try this. Delicious.
Thing sharp. Turn up, man. Really turn up.
If you know me, you know who's speaking. He cannot wait to dig in.
Turn up, people.
You guys,
turn up. Sharp.
I have to take the camera, put it down a little bit and show you this meat. Look at this. Just perfectly done. It is amazing. Oh my God. And you guys, this mint, oh my goodness. Add a little bit of mint in there.
It's a win. Win, people. It's
oh my God, I am in heaven.
Win, people.
To die for. Potatoes. Shot. You have to try it. I have not tried my asparagus. You have to try this. You guys, thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you for sticking around, okay? I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah.